All right, second graders, as one of our last activities for the week, we are going to be playing a guessing game where I'm going to show you a bunch of different pictures of seeds, and you are going to predict how that seed will disperse. Now, we know that each type of seed will disperse differently. Plants have different adaptations to disperse their seeds. So, in order to be ready to play this game, you need a printout of this seed dispersal guessing game recording sheet. So, hopefully, you can print it out from my lessons. If you don't have one, then you can also make your own. We are doing 14 different seeds, so you can just make maybe a list of 14 and then double check. And fill it in on a blank piece of paper as you go. Now, there are 3 columns. I have the name of the plant seed that we're going to look at, and then I have this middle column. This middle column is where you're going to make your prediction. So when I show you the picture of the seed, you are in the plant, you are going to make a prediction of how it disperses. You can write a complete sentence. I predict it disperses by blah, 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 blah. Or you can just write your prediction word. So the acceptable predictions would be wind, water, animals, or expulsion, which is bursting from the plant. When we are done going through all 14 pictures, then we will go back through the pictures a second time and I will tell you the correct answer. And in this third column, you can give yourself a star if it is correct. And if it was incorrect, if your prediction was not right, was wrong, then you can put maybe a check mark and then cross it out and fix it. Okay, so this is what you need. You need this page and you need a pencil or pen to be ready to play. Pause this video while you get things ready and then come back and we will start playing. I'm going to switch my screen into presentation mode to present the game. So here are your 4 options for when you're making your predictions. Wind, seeds can disperse by wind, seeds can disperse by water, seeds can disperse by animals, or they can disperse by expulsion or bursting from the seed. So here we go. We're going to get started. I'm going to show you each picture and give you some time to write. Now you can pause the video at any time so that you can have more time to make your prediction if needed. Number 1, common elderberries. This is what they look like. So you're going to look at this picture, common elderberries on the left, and on your recording sheet, you are going to predict how these common elderberry seeds are dispersed by wind, by water, by animals, or by expulsion. And you're going to write it on your recording sheet. When you're done with the common elderberries, then you're going to move down to number 2, the dandelions. How do dandelions disperse? What is your prediction? Now, scientists, you should be able to look at these pictures and then combine what you know in your brain already about seed dispersal that we've learned earlier this week, and you should be able to make a pretty good prediction. I'm about ready to change to the next slide. Pause the video if you need more time to make your predictions for common elderberries and dandelions. Poppies. So now we have poppies. Here are the poppy seeds and how they're going to come out. So look at poppies and think how you think they might disperse. And then you have on the right burdock seeds. How do you think these burdock seeds disperse? You can pause the video to make your 2 predictions. You're predicting for the poppies. I predict the poppies disperse by, and the burdock seeds. I'm going to move to the next slide in just a second. Next, we have the maple tree seeds, and then we have the coconut tree seeds. So please take some time to look at the maple tree picture and look at the coconut tree, and I want you to make your prediction of how they disperse. Pause this video if you need some time here, and I'm going to move to the next slide in 20 seconds. Okay, next slide. On this slide, we have two more predictions that we need to make. We have oak tree seeds, these are acorns, and we have mangrove seeds. So please pause the video and make your predictions. Next, I'm moving to the next slide. Watermelon. Here's a picture of watermelon and watermelon seeds. Make your prediction for watermelon, and then make your prediction for the exploding cucumber. I'll be moving to the next slide in 10 seconds. You probably will need to pause the video and then play the video again after you have written your predictions. Next. Here is a sunflower. Make your prediction for how sunflower seeds disperse. And then make your prediction for the picture on the right, the foxglove seeds. I'll be moving to the next slide in 10 seconds. Pause the video if you need to. Now we have the lotus lily flower seeds, and we have the forget-me-not jewelweed. These are our last two. So please write your prediction for lotus and write your prediction for forget-me-not jewelweed, and then pause the video if you need more time. And in 20 seconds, I'm going to be going and we're going to review the answers, the correct answers. Okay, here we go. So let's check your predictions. Now remember, there's nothing wrong with having an incorrect prediction. I just do hope that you got some of them correct. So let's go through. We have the common elderberries. They are dispersed by animals. Animals and birds will eat the berries for the juicy sweet fruit, and the seeds will either drop to the ground while they're eating, or they will pass through the digestive system and come out in their waste. Dandelions. Each seed of the flower has a tuft or fluff that catches the wind to carry the seeds from the original plant. So common elderberries dispersed by animals. Dandelions dispersed by wind. Here's the next two. Poppies, contained in these pods with openings at the top, the seeds fall out when the wind is strong enough to bend the stalk. So the poppies disperse by wind. This was a tricky one, so don't be too hard on yourself if you got it wrong. Burdock seeds. These have hooks to which the seed is attached. These hooks easily get caught to the fur or the feathers of animals as they pass, and at some point they will fall off far away from the parent plant and start to grow. So burdock seeds disperse by animals. Next, maple trees, they have winged seeds. They catch the wind and they helicopter down to the ground away from the parent tree. So maple seeds disperse by wind. Coconut tree seeds, the large seeds that float for many miles and start to grow far away. So they disperse by water. Oak trees, these seeds are acorns, and they are often collected and buried by squirrels with the intent to eat them later, but then they're forgotten. They will grow into new trees away from their original parent plant. So oak trees disperse by animals. Mangrove, this was another tough one. Mangroves, these are water plants, and their pods float in the water and travel to another good place to send out roots. So mangrove plants seeds disperse by water. I had to put a couple tricky ones in here. For watermelon, animals eat the seeds and they pass through the digestive systems to come out in their waste. So watermelon disperses by animals. The exploding cucumber, The name kind of gives it away. When ripe, the fruits pop off the end of their stems and then they explode a stream of mucus and seeds out of the top, and that shoots the seeds away from their original plant. So exploding cucumbers disperse by expulsion. Here are the last two. The sunflower, actually, I think we have a couple more. The sunflowers, birds and animals will pull the sunflower seeds out of the flower to eat. Some seeds will fall to the ground when the birds are pulling them out and the animals. Some animals will even bury them to save them to eat later, and they might forget their location. So animals help sunflower seeds disperse. Next, the foxglove seeds. These seeds are small and lightweight, and they can be carried on the wind or they can float in the water. Let me move my face a little bit. There we go. Or they can float on the water. Here are the last two. I'm sorry I misspoke earlier. Here's the lotus. These seeds fall on the water surface to float and get carried away with the water current. So these disperse by water. And the forget-me-not jewel weeds, these pods explode and shoot the seeds if the pods are barely touched. So the forget-me-not jewel weeds are dispersed through expulsion. Thanks for playing this game with me, guys. I hope you enjoyed. You can always send me a picture of your prediction sheet and how you graded it with your correct responses. And I look forward to continuing to hear from you and keep learning with you. Thanks, guys. Bye.